Good morning. I wanted to do a tour of my garden. There's Honey. So it's June 4th, 2023, and I started everything back in February, some of it inside. But I had some cool season crops, and some are still growing. Like this lettuce here, this is the end of it. I planted some herbs. That's my beets. They're taking some time to grow. I think I didn't thin them. The kale. This is anise. Hyssop anise. Then I'm doing a new, to me, tomato this year called Mushroom Basket. And it had the tiniest seeds, but it grows like 1 pound fruits. So then here is the end of some of my greens. It's an unusual name. Chigemisai. We used them in stir fries. Here's my okra. Took forever to start, but I think I planted it too soon. Direct sow. Getting a few. We've gotten several strawberries already, but I get a couple a day that the critters leave me. They'll eat half and then just leave it there. And then I'm growing cushaw squash and patty pan, yellow patty pan. And that's amaranth that came up from seeds from last year. Here is ground cherry I'm growing for the first time. I might have put too many in one bed, but first time growing, I'll learn, right? And then here's honeyboat squash and buttercup squash. My herbs. These are my tomatoes. I started indoors. They are purple bumblebee. They're a little small, like not as small as grape tomato, but not as big as regular. And then I have some bell peppers started here. And then I put more tomatoes over here, like Brad's Atomic Grape. This passion vine has come up everywhere this year. Last year I kind of let it grow, and then I was pulling it up. So now when I see a start, I pull it, but I am letting a lot of it grow. Here's my cucumbers. I've had a tough time starting cucumbers this year as well. Had to get new seeds. These are for some old seeds, and I have 2 that came up. Purple basil. And this is where my Malabar spinach grows that I did a video on before, and it'll grow up this cattle panel trellis. And then over here is my zucchini. Trying to keep it sprayed with BT because I did see the squash borer vine moth landing on it and attempting to lay eggs. Now I did buy these plants, but most everything else I started from seed. This is the giant Marconi, and I grew that a couple years ago and loved it. So I've got 2 of those. And this is my Merleton or Chayote. I have 3 plants. These 2 I just bought, not just, but this year I bought the actual plant squash from the store, planted it, and this came up back from last year, and it's already climbing this well. I've grown, this is wildflowers. Nobody's blooming yet, except that little one. There's a sunflower and more passion vine. And then this is a bean that volunteer from last year. I think it's just regular garden bean, but we have a few. And then I have my calendula. These are this ginger and then canna that we put in here a couple of years ago when we were having stuff done in our yard, and I didn't want to lose them, so so I enjoy spending time in here every day, and it's going to become challenging keeping on top of the watering now that it's getting hotter. I love this blue salvia. The hummingbirds visit it every day. Okay, and I've got marigolds that started here from seed. This is a snail vine plant that's going to climb this fence, hopefully. And then I have more tomatoes in grow bags because we never seem to get a lot of tomatoes, and I want to have an abundance. I'm doing some North Georgia candy roaster squash in a bag just for fun, but I've been successful with that in the past as well. All right. Thanks for visiting. Hi, Jax. Hi, Jax. Have a wonderful day.